I've sat with thousands of women on the IVF journey, all of them brave, all of them devoted. And one thing I know for certain is that IVF does not have to feel cold or clinical. In this video, I'll show you how to shift your IVF experience from sterile to an expanded, sacred, conscious conception. I remember the exact moment I stopped trying to make my fertility journey work. I stopped pushing and I stopped resisting. I was in a bathtub of all places in the Sierra Nevada mountains in California. I had been to a Native American shaman that came highly recommended, and I went in my quest to try and conceive a baby. And whilst I was on the table, he shared something with me that shattered me to the core. And what he said was, "You will never be a mother in this lifetime." I had paid this man a very big sum of money for him to heal me of all the reasons why I couldn't conceive. And here I was, after the session, sitting in the bathtub, a broken woman. I remember rocking back and forth, and I was like literally beside myself. I had been on the journey for 5 years at this point. I was rocking back and forth, and I started saying to myself over and over again, I will be a mother, I will be a mother, I will be a mother. And something came over me. And that was the moment I stopped giving my power away to anyone authoritarian outside of myself. And I took my power back for myself, and I gave myself over to the journey, gave myself over to my son and the journey he had in store for me, which looked very different to the journey I had in store for myself. So maybe you have a similar story. Maybe you've gone on umpteen IVF cycles. Maybe you've done all the protocols, tracked all the cycles, taken all the medicine, and you still haven't conceived. What I want to share with you is that your baby may have another path for you, one that looks very different to the way you thought it would be. Your baby is offering you the invitation to open, to expand, and to give yourself over to a spirit-led conception, a conception that is guided not by your will, not by your force, but by the energy of your spirit baby. What if the real invitation isn't happening at the fertility clinic, but it's instead happening in the quantum field? Because your baby isn't being conceived in a petri dish. While science may tell us that, yes, the biology, the baby's being conceived in the petri dish, yes. But what about what's happening in the ether? What about what's happening in the quantum field? You have so much more control over that than what you think. And I don't mean control as in force to make it happen. I mean opening and expanding yourself to a realm of infinite and limitless possibilities. Nothing a fertility clinic can teach you about that. You must be willing to open your heart, mind, and soul to the limitless. All things are possible. We live in an infinite reality where all outcomes are possible. Are you ready to jump into the belief where you can and you will be a mother to this beautiful baby who's coming to experience life on earth? Right now, your spirit baby is in the world between worlds, and he or she may be waiting for you to become the mother that he or she is coming to experience. You must step into this version of you to be able to hold and meet the frequency of your spirit baby. Now, does that sound like a whole lot of work? Not really. It's not more work than pushing and resisting and forcing something that's just not working. This is less work. It's about taking a step back, opening our hearts, and allowing the baby to work through us, which is a vastly different experience. It feels effortless. It feels fluid. It feels spacious, just like your spirit baby, who is light, spacious, and airy. Your baby cannot and will not land into desperation. Your baby is inviting you to leap, to grow, to expand and to meet him or her in the quantum field of reality. This shift is the exact moment the journey to conceive this child no longer becomes about IVF. It becomes about a sacred, conscious conception. Yes, you're absolutely using science to get there, but you are connecting with mind, body, and spirit in a space where science and magic can unite to bring your baby into your womb space. And I promise you, that is where the miracles and the magic happens. Once you have this connection to your baby, absolutely nothing can or will sway you from your knowing that your baby will land in your womb. When I was on my IVF cycle, I'd had a dream just before the cycle, and in the dream, I was sitting inside of my ovaries and I was holding the hand of a little boy, my son, and all of these eggs were swaying around, and my son yelled out, "Who wants to be me?" And all of the eggs parted ways, and this one golden egg rose up, wah, from all of the other eggs. Beautiful golden egg, and this goddess walked down this beautiful magic red carpet, and she put the egg in a beautiful box, and she walked down the carpet wearing this beautiful gown, and she handed this egg to my son. And my son looked at me in the dream and he said, "Mama, this is going to be me." And that was my dream. Fast forward to my IVF cycle. I only got one egg, one embryo. And the clinic were very negative. "Oh, you're 41 years old. Don't get your hopes up. Yada, yada, yada." But I knew in every cell of my being, because I had a deep connection to my baby, I knew that that was my one golden egg. And ta-da! What do you know? I got pregnant. This is what I'm offering you. You have this connection to your baby. You can expand and call your baby into your womb because you become magnetic. Your job now becomes no longer about doing. It becomes about receiving. Many women on the IVF journey are filled with hope. And there's nothing wrong with hope. Being hopeful is amazing. But hope will not bring you your baby. There is a very subtle shift between hope and receptivity. The energy I'm inviting you to move into is to become receptive to pulling your spirit baby into your womb space. Receptivity says, I'm open, I'm ready to receive. And that is so magnetic to a spirit baby. Consider the energy of do, rush, try, versus I'm open to receive. One energy is very attractive and magnetic. The other energy pushes the baby away. It's a very subtle shift, and I get it. It's hard to be in a place of receptivity when you want something so bad. I've been there. But you can do this. You can shift from desperation and deep desire and want into receptivity. I spent 8 years trying to conceive, and they were the most painful and difficult years of my life. They were also the most extraordinary and the years that offered me the most opportunity for growth and expansion. I wanted to help other women who were on a long fertility journey because I know how painful and traumatic it can be when you don't conceive your baby month after month. It's called Conceive with Cosmic Consciousness. It's a 12-week journey where I will guide you through a transformation of your energetic field, your womb, and your entire fertility journey. You will align with your baby's frequency and you will be able to settle back into the journey, trust your body, and trust the timing of your baby. If you're ready to stop walking this path alone, if you're ready to turn your IVF journey into an empowered, sacred, conscious conception, join me in Conceive with Cosmic Consciousness. You can book your free discovery call in the link in the description below.